Okay, so my name's Laura. I'm from Telford College. I'm part of the apprenticeship team. So I work for the recruitment in the team. I'm just going to go through a quick summary of what we're going to cover with you today. Hopefully going to provide you with some useful information about apprenticeships in the business sector. So we're going to look through some of the companies we work with. We've got a couple of case studies. We're going to look at pay scales and the different qualifications we offer that fall into the business category. So what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is working full-time for an established company whilst gaining a qualification. They aren't for the faint-hearted and they can be challenging whilst providing you with a fantastic experience to gain hands-on knowledge. So with an apprenticeship, again, you are gaining a qualification, you're getting paid, you're a member of the team. So you're just like any other employee, you've got a contract of employment, holiday leave, things like that. You're gaining valuable hands-on experience while you learn, which is helping you progress in the working life. So we offer 4 different types of apprenticeship, as I said before, that fall under the business category. So we do business admin, so that role could be more computer-based, skill solving, diaries, emails, a bit of customer relationships, decision making. You want to have good English, things like that for it, because you might be typing and writing. Another one is customer service. That role's a little bit more customer service heavy, so it might be on a reception desk, in a pharmacy, something like that. You're going to be the first point of contact. So you want to make sure you just got excellent customer service, you're really happy with people and behaviours. You might have to learn about products and knowledge if you're going to deliver that customer service. Below each thing, you can just see the duration of the apprenticeships. All of them slightly vary. All of them minimum entry requirements will be a 4 in your maths and English. And these are both 100% in the workplace. So you'll be in the workplace 5 days a week and you'll have an assessor who comes out to visit you, and you will do 20% off the job training, which we'll go through. Another 2 that we offer are HR, human resources, and accountancy, both office-based roles. For human resources, you might do things like advice, working from retirement, recruitment, using HR systems, looking about the businesses and all their policies, making sure people are happy with that and they're in line. That's an 18-month course. Another one is the accountancy. So you do 1 day in college for this. Similar with HR, you'd come and do 1 day in the college place and 4 days in the workplace. You might do basic bookkeeping, sales, purchase ledgers, things like that with your accountancy. Really good course because it goes up to 2 all the way up to a 7. You can start right at the bottom and work all your way through. HR 18 months and accountancy is looking at about 14 months for your level 2. Again, entry requirements are your 4s in your maths and English. So I've just done a bit of a pay scale here for you to have a little look at accountancy wise of what you could expect. So when you do an apprenticeship, obviously you are paid when you start. Your first year might look something like £7,000 to £9,000. That might seem a little low on the bracket because you're obviously getting experience, you're getting your qualification included in that. And once you've kind of got 1 or 2 years behind you, as you can see, those pay scales really increase. Up to a qualified chartered accountant, you can do that all the way through an apprenticeship, and you could look at £50,000 plus. So it's a really good route. An apprenticeship's a great route. You don't necessarily have to go to uni or college. You could go straight in your level 2 and work your way up through an apprenticeship. So here's a couple of employees we've worked with in 2020. As you can see, there's a really good mix here. There's some really big companies like the NHS, Corb, TJ Vickers, and then there's some smaller companies as well. So like Dotty About Paper, Rosewood Pets, you might recognise them. I've put aside the bigger picture because the business admin and customer service role are 2 of my favourite apprenticeships. It's about thinking outside of that box. So I think sometimes if you just think you're doing an admin role and you might not like that, it's about where you might be. So Rosewood is quite a creative role. The business admin they're doing a lot of pet products, marketing. You might be involved in social media. Again, customer service, you could go into the NHS, a gym, a pharmacy, something like that, a pharmaceutical route. It's about thinking about the bigger picture and the footsteps for you. Business admin, you could be in a dental, you could go into a school, college, recruitment, charity. All the companies you see there are completely different. So even though you're doing the same qualification, the company that you might go into might really change where that job progression is going to take you long term. So I wanted you to meet some of the apprentices just to kind of see what their backgrounds are, what they've done a little bit. So Emily works for the NHS now. She didn't feel uni was something she wanted to do. So she went from college into a level 2. She did a business admin in the cardiology department. She's now finished her business admin level 2, progressed onto her level 3. She's been offered a full-time role and promoted. So she's been promoted and she's still doing her studying and her qualification. Luke went to school at Haberdashers, and then he came to us and did his level 2 accountancy with Telford College. Came to us last year saying he wanted to progress into an apprenticeship. He's been for a couple of interviews and now he's progressed into Hollingsworth, and he's now doing his level 3 apprenticeship in accountancy. So he's being paid to go there now, coming and doing 1 day at college instead of his full 5 days, 4 days in the workplace, and just getting nice and stuck in. Chloe, she completed, again, another one of our students, came here after school, did a level 3 business and finance. And then after she did that, she wanted to go into like a pharmaceutical route. She was quite interested in care in the NHS. So she's gone into a level 2 with advanced pharmacy. So again, it's about opening those doors. She's doing a level 2, but it's where she's at, what that company is now going to progress and take her through. So expectations for an apprenticeship. Hopefully from this so far, you can feel like there are some more options for you. If you didn't feel like college or university is quite right for you, there are other ways to success. However, don't assume an apprenticeship's an easy route. Competition's really stiff. This year, for one of our sectors, we had 225 applicants for 9 roles. So I just wanted to outline some of the expectations for you now to start thinking about. So firstly, your maths and English, we always look for 4s in those. So it's your first steps now, looking at doing that, just getting focused, getting started. I'm sure your teachers, friends and family are all telling you that as well, but we're going to reinforce that for an apprenticeship. They're wanting those 4s. Things like your work ethic, work experience, volunteering, Duke of Edinburgh, anything like that that you can add onto your CV to start building you as a person and that resume. So if you can do school council, if you can do a little bit of work experience, if you can help friends and family out at the weekend, are you part of a dance class, do you volunteer, anything like that, just add into making you look good, add into your experience and your skills and knowledge. That also shows the 2 points underneath. We look for, and companies look for, people who are committed, proactive. So they want to see if you are part of a football club, you've actually got up on a Saturday and gone and played football instead of sitting at home watching TV. That's the kind of candidates they're going to look for, that stand out, that have shown they've gone that extra mile. And again, standing out from the crowd. Backup plan, we always recommend with apprenticeships, make sure you have got a plan in place as well, whether that's a college course or staying on at sixth form. Have a think about what you want to do and just make sure you have got something in place as well, just in case you weren't successful with an apprenticeship. We can look at the next stages for you, how to keep adding to your CV, keep working towards that, and then working with you again in the future. So a couple of facts and questions we normally get asked, which I thought might be helpful for you today. How long will my application take and where do I apply? So your application, you can do a couple of things. You can come through and register with us and do an application and get added to our talent pool, or you can look on the National Apprenticeship website. All the roles and vacancies go on there. So it's worth having a little look on there and a bit of a revise early on, just to see what kind of companies and roles there are out there. How many interviews will I have? This completely varies. Sometimes we have candidates, we meet them and interview them, send them to a company, they have one and get snapped up. Sometimes they might go to multiple, 3, 4, 5 interviews, have feedback. And again, we'll work with you to help you on that feedback, on that improvement, and with your next stages. It is just like applying for a normal job. So they can be really tough. Sometimes you'll have assessments. You might go into head and CEOs and meet high-end people in the company. So they can be quite tough and quite daunting. And it is exactly the same as you would do applying for any other job. Can I find my own employee? Yes, of course, 100% you can. We always recommend this if you're looking for business admin, HR, something like that, or accountancy. Can you get a little bit of work experience in an accountancy firm? Could you get that networking now? So you could kind of go back to them and say, look, would you consider taking me on? The perks with doing that is you've eliminated competition. If you can get a little bit of work experience now, or if you can network through friends and family and secure your own, you're completely eliminating anyone else applying for that, and you're just setting yourself up for an apprenticeship straight away. So it's always worth asking friends, family, your parents and carers now, if they work in any companies, would they consider taking you on in any of the departments? What if I don't get the grades? If you don't manage to get those 4s in your maths and English, please don't hesitate to come and contact us. We've got a really friendly team here. We'll be happy to give you advice, guidance, and set you up onto how to move forwards and what we can do working forwards, and get a plan if you are looking at an apprenticeship route. Again, should I have a backup plan? Just want to reinforce that. Make sure you do have a backup plan. You are enrolled for a college course or a sixth form. You do have something just in case you don't get an apprenticeship, so you can start that course and we can continue working with you through to the next year. How do I apply? If you're interested in an apprenticeship, please get in touch with our team. If you go to the Telford College website, just look to the apprenticeship page there. We've got a number. Get in touch with our team, register your interest now. Again, have a look at the National Apprenticeship website. Get yourself an account registered there so you can start applying for roles. So you think you're apprenticeship ready? Hopefully this has been really helpful for you and given you a little bit more information about apprenticeships in general and the courses. So the next steps for you are to work really hard to get that grade. Those grades, the maths and English, start thinking about creating your CV, what you can put on there now to start making you a good candidate, getting your work experience and voluntary work, just doing it now, Saturdays, any evenings, anything extra you can do to make you extra, make you stand out. Start researching and contacting those companies, your friends, family, start networking, see what there is, contacting local companies, just having a look what there is that you'd be interested in, and then just be extra. So add all of those things above that you can add to your CV and applicant. So when we meet you and we talk to you once you finish school, we just think you're an amazing candidate. We want to support you. We can get you straight into an apprenticeship. So hopefully this has been really helpful to you. Any questions, please do get in contact with our team and fire up your apprenticeship today.